welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today I'm going to show you 5 ways to use up your pattern paper, and I'm going to do that using these cool dies from Pink and Main. So these are called Card Cut Essential Dies Set 1 and Set 2. And the idea of these dies is that they're sized to cut up a piece of 6x6 pattern paper, and then there'll also be sketches available to help you turn those pieces of paper into cards. So there's a couple of ideas on the back of the packaging as well. So I've just got a few sheets of paper from Pink and Main, and I'm going to cut those using the 2 dies, and then we'll see what cards we can create with them. So I've used the dies to cut the pieces. You can see I've got one piece here, this is from set 1, and this piece here from set 2. So you can see the only waste is this, and to be honest, you've got this nice zigzag edge on this one from set 1, so I will cut that off and use that. You could even use these as little strips if you wanted to, so there's no need to actually even waste those bits. And then I thought I'd set it out like this so you can see what you get. Obviously, like these bits cut inside here, for example, but you've got all of that from one 6x6 sheet of pattern paper. And again, this is set 2. You get barely any waste, and again you could use those as strips if you wanted. And you get all these pieces, and again, like this sits in here when you cut it, for example, this sits in here when you cut it. So that is literally the only waste that you get from a whole sheet of 6x6 cardstock. And then I cut the red piece of paper from this one and the blue from this one. So we've got loads to play with, and that's just from 4 pieces of pattern paper. So I just wanted to show you as well. So this is set 1. And I'm just removing this die because this is the one that obviously creates all these pieces. But you also get all of these dies, and I think it's easier to see that when the main piece is off. So you've got different shapes, you've got this hello. So those are really nice extras to use with that. And then you get the same with set 2. If I remove this, then you get all of these shapes as well. So it's really nice. So I think they're super good value for money because you get so much, and there's all the sketches to use, and there's all the extra dies as well, and it makes the most of all your pattern paper too. Then the other thing that I'm going to be using today is this Pink and Main Friendly Note Critters digital stamp set. So I'm going to use this little dragon from that set. So I'm going to quickly colour him. So then I'm going to cut out my cute little critter, ready to go on. So then I've had a little play with the pieces, and I've decided to use this piece, which is this piece from set 2, the bit that goes around the circle. And then I've cut a white piece of cardstock slightly bigger than that just to frame it. And then I've taken this piece, which is from set 1 here. And that piece goes right across the card. And then I've also just taken this thank you that is from this same digital stamp set. And so I've cut that out, and I've just framed it with some of this green cardstock. This is the Lagoon cardstock from Spellbinders. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my thank you onto my green piece. And then I'm going to glue this piece onto the white piece. So then I'm going to glue this along the bottom here, and I'm going to glue this on as well. And then I'm going to put some foam pads behind my sentiment and my dragon. I'm just popping my dragon in there. And then I'm going to pop my little thank you there. And then that's our first card finish. I think that's really cute. So then, although I originally cut 4 sheets of paper, when I've worked through my designs, I'm actually only going to use 2 of them. So we're going to get 5 cards from just 1 piece of paper cut with this die and 1 piece cut with this die. So I've used this separate die here to cut this piece of pink cardstock, and I'm going to put my sentiment on that one for this card. And I'm going to use this really useful lawn fawn stamp set. So I'm just going to stamp my sentiment in black onto that little banner. So the layout I'm going to use for this one is actually one of the 56 layouts that you get for free if you purchase the bundle. So if you purchase the 2 sets of dies together, I think you save $3, something like that. But you also do get this bundle of 56 layouts, which I think makes this set of dies even more useful, because you've just got so many ways to use it then. And this is one of those layouts. So I've taken a couple of the layouts from download and made up a few, so you've got a few extra there as well, a few extra ideas. I really think that there are just like endless possibilities with this. And if you don't buy the bundle, if you're just buying one of the die sets, then you can purchase the set of layouts. I think it's $5. But you have to be aware that some of the layouts do use both sets of dies. So some of them will work for just one set, but some of them need both. And then we'll just add on this little tab with foam pads as well. And all of the critters that I'm using today are from that Friendly Note Critters digital stamp set. And the nice thing about having the digital one is you can make them whatever size you want. So there's card number 2, I think it's really cute. So then for this next card, I'm going to stamp another happy birthday from that same set in black onto some white cardstock. So then I've got another teal card base, and for this card the top section is taken from one of the sketches in that bundle I was telling you about. So that goes like that, but then they have this little piece down here. I'm going to put this big piece here with this happy birthday on it. So I'm going to add on these pieces. Now I'll add on this middle one. So I'm going to add some foam pads to the back of this little koala. Now I'm just going to add some foam pads behind my sentiment as well. Now add that under there like that. So then there's that card. So for this next card, I have got a 4¼ by 5½ inch card blank. All of them are that size, by the way. So then this piece of teal cardstock is 1/2 inch smaller than my card blank. And then this is another layout that I've made up. So I've got this piece here that I'm going to stick along the side of here. And then I'm going to use this tab piece as well. I'm going to use that one here. And then I've got these from that Friendly Note Critters set. I'm going to pop those up on foam pads. And there's that nice little friendship card. So then for my final card, I thought this little panel would be so cute for a shaker card. So I'm going to use my sticky specks, which is just like little specks of glue on this sheet, just to add some adhesive behind this panel. So I'm going to turn that sticky side up, and I'm going to pop a piece of acetate that I've cut down to the same size on the bit. Then I'm going to add on some foam strips to the back of here. I'm just going to put them on the outside of the square. And then the most important thing with these pieces is to make sure they butt up against the other pieces, so there's nowhere to lose any of your glitter. So I'm going to get my scissors in there and just make sure that I cut it at the exact right point. So I've got a piece of pink cardstock that's 1/4 inch bigger than my window. Now I'll pour on some of these gorgeous Cosmic Shimmer Spangles glitter. This is the Azure set. And what's really cool about this is that you get a fine glitter and a chunky glitter in the same colour. So I'm going to pour a bit onto here, and I'm going to use a bit of both. That chunky one's so pretty. I think the two mixed together is going to be gorgeous. I'm just going to use my anti-static powder tool just on that window to try and remove some of the static so that the glitter doesn't stick to it. And then I can remove the backing from here. And then you've got that lovely shaker. So then I've got this thank you from that Friendly Note Critters set. And I'm just adding that to a piece of this teal cardstock we've been using that is just slightly bigger than it. And I'm going to add my shaker to my card front. And then I'm going to glue on the thank you. And then I'm going to add on this cute dinosaur. Then that's really cute with a shaker behind it. So like I mentioned earlier, I only ended up using the 2 pieces of pattern paper rather than the 4. So the only piece that I've got left out of those 2 pieces of pattern paper is this piece here. So I've pretty much used up the whole 2 pieces on the 5 cards. So then there are all 5 of today's cards, really quick and simple. I hope that you can see how versatile those dies are. And actually I should have said as well, those 2 pieces of paper did these 5 cards, but actually they also did this that I showed a few weeks ago. So these pieces are from that same set of die cuts. So I've actually made the 6 cards plus this teeny tiny leftover bit with those 2 pieces of pattern paper. So I think it really stretches them and creates nice elements to use on your cards. So I really hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I'm thinking of doing some more kind of paper pad use up videos using these dies. So do let me know if you'd like to see more of those with different paper packs so that you can kind of see different ways of laying them out and also how they look with different types of pattern paper, like maybe something floral or something like that that's quite different to this critter look. And please do let me know in the comments below which one's your favourite. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below. You can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also let you know when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's cards are listed in the description below. You can also find a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.